If you are anything like me or my friends, you opened up the Lost Ark cash shop for the first time and were met with a bunch of different currency symbols that made no sense and were surrounded by very little, if any, explanatory text. I'm here to clear all of this misunderstanding up in less than 5 minutes regarding the in-game cash shop currencies of Lost Ark. We're not going to cover all the game system currencies that exist. We're going to focus only on the cash shop. I'm Retro T, and if you enjoy this content and want more just like it, hit the like and subscribe button below. Let's get started. Now, there are a billion menus in Lost Ark, and many of them can be difficult to find if you don't remember the hotkey off the top of your head. The cash shop is very easy to find for obvious reasons. You go to the bottom right of your screen, you click on the icon that looks like a shopping cart, and it will bring up the in-game store. When you load into the store, you'll be met with a bunch of items that might not make much sense if you haven't been playing the game for very long. We're just going to focus on the prices. There are two primary symbols that show up in the store. There's this prismatic looking gem and this blue looking gem. The prismatic looking gem symbol represents royal crystals. Royal crystals are the real money currency of Lost Ark. You basically trade your dollar bills for in-game currency that you can then use in the store. The exchange rate is roughly 10 American dollars to 1,000 royal crystals, and I doubt that this will ever change, barring something drastic happening to the in-game or real-world economy. There are various items spread throughout the shop that have this prismatic royal crystal symbol on them, and they can be bought crystal for the price listed on the front. Now, this blue gem symbol represents what Lost Ark simply calls crystals. I think it's a bit confusing because royal crystal and crystal aren't very differentiated, and it can be confusing when speaking about it, so I'm going to call them blue crystals from now on. Blue crystals represent the quote-unquote free-to-play currency. You can acquire blue crystals through regular in-game activities of various different sorts, but you can also exchange your in-game gold for these blue crystal currencies. This is how free-to-play players who don't want to spend any actual money on the game can get access to cash shop items like the crystalline aura, mounts, or skins. If you look in the shop, you'll see certain items like this Alar skin set that are listed for both blue crystals and royal crystals. There are other things like the crystalline aura, which are listed for real money as well as blue crystals. Now, the reason that these items are listed under both currencies is effectively as an option for you to earn the item via in-game means or to open up your wallet and swipe your credit card. At its surface, that looks fine. There are two currencies, one you acquire for gold and one you acquire with real money. But how do you actually get your gold into or out of this shop? And you do that via the currency exchange. The currency exchange can be found in the bottom right of the Real Money Lost Ark shop. You click this button and it will bring up this window, which has very little in the way of explanatory text. For us players who just want access to gold or crystals, we're going to keep it simple and focus on this bottom right panel. This panel in the bottom right is composed of 4 rows that matter. There's the sale price, the quantity, the purchase cost, and the estimated result. Now, the sale price is how much gold you will get. So this tab is about purchasing gold. And right now with this listing, we will buy 83 gold. We will do that one time, and we will do so via 238 royal crystals. If you think that this sounds unfair and you think you should get 100 gold for 238 crystals, then write 100 gold and you can see if the market takes care of you. The estimated result is estimated because this is a market-based system. Just like the stock market, it's based upon the activities of other real players who are engaging with this exchange system. You might not actually get the amount of gold that you write. I don't think that they will ever give you less gold, but they may give you more gold. I think when I did this, I ended up getting 1 extra gold on top of the amount that I wrote. And this is the basics of how you exchange your royal crystals for gold. Now, the reason this is called the sale price is you're selling 238 royal crystals in exchange for 83 gold. So your crystals are being bought for 83 gold. That's not made very clear by these menus, but that's effectively what's going on. The other tab that we see here is buying crystals. This works almost exactly the same way. You are selling gold in exchange for crystals, and this is done in increments of 100 crystals. Now, I think this will always say 95 here because they take a 5 crystal tax off the top, or 5%. This is how you turn gold into cash shop currency. There is one other way in which you can interact with this crystal system, and that's via buying crystals directly in the shop. Now, there's these 200, 800, 2000, and 3600 crystal bundles, which let you take your royal crystals and turn them into blue crystals. Now, I don't think there's any method of turning in-game gold into royal crystals. The gold and the blue crystal system interact with one another pretty regularly, and you can permanently change your royal crystals into gold if you feel like that's worthwhile. That's basically it. The cash shop is relatively straightforward, though when you start to dive into the exchange rates, you might want to bust out Excel and or a calculator to try and get the most optimal result possible. Now, I hope that this helped you decipher how the cash shop works and how the different currency exchanges interact with one another. We'll cover some of the individual items in the shop in a future video, as well as some of the other currencies that are involved in regular gameplay activities. I am Retro T. Again, if you liked this content and want to see more in the future, hit the like and subscribe button. I hope you have good adventures in Arcasia, and I'll see you next time.